Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and in the midst of this international break, as I was trying to figure out what to record this morning, it dawned on me that I very rarely got the opportunity, and basically didn't at all, speak about the brand new Celtic third shirt. So today, it gave me an idea. Let's whip a tier list out, because when in doubt, bring the tier list out, and boy am I in doubt. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit like and subscribe. It would be much appreciated. We have crossed the 46,000 subscriber mark. We are well and truly on the march to 50k. So if you haven't, go down, hit both those buttons. It's absolutely free. And thank you to all the members who tuned in to the first members only live stream last night. We had a good laugh. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to take part in them in future, you can join the channel by checking out the top line of the description below. But anyway, let's talk about football shirts, shall we? So, yeah, Celtic released the new third shirt for the club a couple of weeks ago. I didn't really get the chance to talk about it in the channel because, well, it's been hectic, hasn't it, with the transfer window and everything else in between. So here it is, the third shirt in all of its glory. The camouflage look the club are going for. A first-time thing, quite unique in that sense that we've never had a camouflaged kit before. It's a first time that Adidas have done it themselves, but a first time for the club. And it seems to be going down reasonably well. I think far more people like it than dislike it, but it seems to be one of those kits where you either love it or you hate it. Quite polarising in that sense. And yes, I'm quite aware of all the jokes already being made about Celtic playing in camouflage. However, I like it. It's grown on me. I don't think it's the best kit we've ever had, but I think it's certainly far from the worst. And I think the biggest thing about it for me is it's just, I don't know, a bit of a letdown. I don't like being a Debbie Downer. I don't like being that guy, but I know a lot of people like it, but I have a bone to pick with Adidas. A rather large bone. And that sounds so wrong in so many ways. I know this is supposed to be a tier list video, and don't worry, we're going to get into that. But before that, I need to get this off my chest because I've been holding it back for a while now while I've been talking about all these players linked with the club and everything else. I really do need to get this off my chest. Adidas, what are you playing at? Why? Why do you continuously, year after year, shaft us? I think a lot of people are now starting to realise that Adidas have been quite boring towards Celtic. You know that? I think they've just been quite boring. And I think this year, in 2024, more than ever, they have proven that. Because this is what they've done for the elite clubs. Look at that. Gorgeous. Every single one of these shirts. Absolutely bloody gorgeous compared to what we get. So they've released this trefoil collection, they're calling it, for Adidas's elite clubs. That includes Manchester United, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, Juventus, Real Madrid. And they are absolutely stunning. One by one, just look at them. Absolutely gorgeous. Every single one of them bespoke. Every single one of them unique. Every single one of them a bit different from what you would usually expect to see. Some of them have collars. Some of them have retro badges. Just generally, some really nice shirts that don't follow the bland and boring Adidas templates which Celtic have to follow. And I am fed up of following that template. Now, that is for the elite clubs, and I get it. Celtic aren't one of Adidas's elite clubs. Which is frustrating, but I know we're not as big as Manchester United and Arsenal and Juventus. But the stats of the shirts that we sell and the amount of Celtic shirts around the world that you see go to prove otherwise. Celtic are a massive club. And after all, Flamengo of Brazil are meant to be joining in on this elite club patter. How did they get in the club and we're left behind? Am I missing something? But it's not only that. It's not only that. Look at this. Adidas and MLS dropped new retro-inspired fur kits for 2024. And look at every single one of these for Inter Miami, Portland Timbers, LA Galaxy, the Kansas City Wizards, and LAFC, a club who's existed for about 10 years. Look at those kits. They are absolutely stunning, retro-inspired from the 1990s. They're gorgeous. Not one of them is bad. And that is for some MLS clubs who probably sell a fraction of the shirts Celtic do every year. The only thing they've got going in their favour right now is the fact that Lionel Messi plays for one of those clubs. You take him away, how many people do you see walking around in Kansas City Wizards shirts? I mean, seriously. My point is that Celtic are stuck with this horrible... I mean, here it is on screen. The Adidas teamwear template for 2024-25. It's what the majority of Adidas clubs have to follow, and I feel like it's why Adidas have fallen off the wagon a wee bit in terms of being one of the best and biggest shirt makers. Nike have overtaken them again in recent times, in my opinion. I think that more and more clubs are going to start switching from Adidas if the money's not there, because the kits are quite frankly boring. But you look at those retro-inspired numbers they've got in the MLS, and you look at these trefoil collection kits that they've got for the elite clubs. Adidas keep rinsing Celtic fans for just what I would call boring designs. And you'll see why I think that today with some of the away and third shirts we're going to look at. Shall we get into this tier list? I have ranted for long enough. So it's tier list time. Hey! And as you can see, today we are going to tier list each and every single one of Adidas's third shirts and away shirts that they have made for Celtic since they became the kit manufacturers back in 2020. And straight off the bat, can you see what I'm saying? Can you see what I'm saying about boring templated kits? So, and it doesn't mean it's a bad kit, but I feel like with, look, block black, block black, block green, block grey, block green. Just, everybody's getting something so exciting. And I just feel like we've not had that. I think we've had it on a couple of occasions, and Adidas, it's not good enough. Let's rank these kits, shall we? We're starting off with the third shirt from last year, which I actually did get round to buying. You've probably seen me wear it in a couple of videos. It was one of those ones that the first day it came out, it was right down here for me. I thought it was horrendous. What I would say about it is I'd probably put it in mid. It's got a nice summery vibe to it. I took it on holiday with me as well, and it suited the sun when I had it in Tenerife. It's not the worst shirt of all time. It's different, and that's what a third shirt is meant to be. I like the colour of the sponsor on the badge, the highlights on the shirt. It was just the general design itself, that big massive Spotify logo looking motherfucker. That was the only thing that really put me off it. But it's mid. We'll put it in mid. I think that the new third shirt probably is a good one. You know, I'd probably say it's a good one. Because it is the first time we've had something camouflage. It is totally unique in that sense. I'm just really disappointed that we're not in that trefoil collection. And people might be saying in my comments, what if they just shoved a trefoil on that? Would that have kept you happy? No, because I still think that it's just templated, boring old nonsense, that they could have swapped the Celtic badge out for any other of the Adidas clubs and it would have worked for them. It doesn't scream Celtic. But it's good. It's good. It's just, it's not as good as I was hoping for. I've sounded like a right moany bastard today. I woke up at the wrong side of the bed, I'm telling you. This one still goes in bad for me. I remember putting this in a tier list when we looked at all of Adidas's efforts a couple of years ago, and it's still bad. Like, listen, it's not the worst football shirt you're ever going to see, but it's a plain grey t-shirt, and it's just never done it for me. It's just, I don't know. It's just really, really boring. I get nightmares thinking of St Mirren Park that season with Ange as well. I don't know. Once again, a third shirt is meant to be for something exciting and something different. And this just wasn't exciting. It was a block grey t-shirt. And that makes it a bad shirt for me. This one's loved by a lot of people, but can I just be brutally honest? I think it's mid, and once again, I think I've spoke about some of these football shirts in other videos in the past, and opinions change over the years. Probably at some point I really liked this shirt, and at some point I really hated it. Your opinions and things change the more you see them, right? And just the more I see this, the less I seem to like it. Once again, just plain green with that big bloody clover plastered on it. It's nice because it's clean in the sense, right? It's kind of classic looking, and they've kept it simple. But I don't know, it's just a bit boring, isn't it? Just a bit boring. It's a mid football shirt if I've ever seen one. Let's put it that way. And that's why this shirt will always be perfect to me. It'll always be perfect to me, because this is what a third shirt is all about. This is doing something different while also keeping it in tune with Celtic. It's got the green, it's got obviously the normal badge on it as well. It's got the pink through it, which was a nice addition, because usually pink shirts have been minging in Celtic's history, the 2 or 3 that we had beforehand. The badge being centralised, the sponsor, the kit maker being centralised. I love this shirt. That's what a third shirt is all about. And I know a lot of people will disagree with me on this one, but it's just, I love this. I'll always have a place. This kit will always have a special place in my heart. Real Betis 2021. I'll be in a Yeti in my heart and in my soul. This kit I have raved about for years, but do you know what? See, recently, it's actually started going down. It used to be a perfect for me, but I think it's slipped into good. I don't know. Is that being harsh? The more I look at it, there's something off about it. I think it's the size of the alphabet. It just looks fucking huge on this shirt. But I loved it because obviously it was a callback to the Love Street kit of the 80s. And we've not done that at all, really, aside from this kit. And I want to call back to that kit far more often in future because we don't do it enough. That mint green colour scheme, I really, really like it. I'd probably put it into good. I don't know if I'd keep it quite up at perfect, the upper echelon, because we'll come... No, I'm sticking to... No, it deserves to be there. I loved this shirt, and I still do. I'm lying. Take it all back. It's a lovely, lovely football kit. Which brings me on to these two. And one of them being last year's away shirt, the Brendan Rodgers return away shirt, which it's another one that's went right down in my estimations since its initial release. It's just proper mid, isn't it? I think when we all seen it at first, we were like, oh, that's clean, that's nice. It's just a black t-shirt, lads. Like, it's nothing. I don't know. The more I wear it, because obviously I've got it, once again, you see me wearing it in tons of videos. I don't know. It's just something a bit bland about it. Like, I like black shirts like the 2012 shirt, you know what I mean? The 2012 with the kind of black hoops, and it had the little something with the tricolour in the sleeve. This had that pattern that ran through it in the dark green Adidas stripes, but I don't know. It's just mid. It's just mid. Which brings me to this one, which is one that everybody lost their mind about when it was initially released. Oh, this is gorgeous. It's a beautiful. And you know what I really think that was? I've come to the conclusion of why that was, because it was the first ever time that we'd seen the Clover badge. Just the Clover badge. And it was something really unique at the time. We were like, oh, Adidas are doing something new. They're going to bring out retro-inspired kits, even though just a Clover badge has no retro meaning in Celtic. But still, it was something different. But see, as time has gone on, I'm being serious when I say this. I think it slips closer to bad than anything. I certainly prefer last year's black kit, but I'm not going to be that harsh. I'm going to put it in mid, because it's not horrible. Once again, I really like the kind of mint green, and I want us to use mint green a lot more. But it's nowhere near as nice as what we all thought it was when it first came. I think that was the kind of like, oh, Adidas are here. Like, we were like, oh my god, Adidas are making kits. They're doing something different. Reality, this kit wasn't that great. I don't think it was anyway. Once again, just black. And I've started hating that Clover badge, to be honest. It started doing my head in. So, pretty mid. At least we get to end on a high. I actually really like this year's yellow one, and I hope that my opinions don't change of that as time goes on, like it has with maybe a couple other of these shirts. Yeah, I like that one. I like the new away kit. I love yellow kits, and it was about time that Adidas... If you notice here, this is one thing about Adidas as well, and I think this is something that hasn't helped them. Have you noticed the colour palette for the away and third shirts? It's very dull. It's very, very dull. Black, grey, a very kind of darkish green, the camouflage, dark green again. It's a very dull colour palette. There's nothing bright or exciting about these kits, which I think just gets you a bit depressed, to be quite honest. Except the yellow. The yellow, whew, pops. Gorgeous. I like it a lot. The only annoying thing is, it's that horrendous Adidas template that every kit is seems to follow this year. Every team has it. But I think this is nice. Very Norwich City. But hopefully it's the last time we see the big Clover badge. I am getting sick of that. But I certainly think this one's good because it's different, it's brighter, it's just a bit more pleasant on the eye. Which brings us to the final one. And I saved this to last for a reason, because it's the best. And it'll be one of the best for a long, long time to come. This shirt, it's my favourite Adidas shirt that we've had all together, I think, that we've wore on the park anyway. I just love it. I absolutely love it. That's what an away shirt should be like for Celtic, you know. Keeping your history in with a bit of a callback to something of the past, but also a modern take on it, making it a bit different. Love it. Simple as that. That is perfection as a football kit. I would wear this every year as an away shirt if it was up to me. I'm being serious. I love it. So there you go. That's my ranking of all the Adidas away and third kits since they took over as kit manufacturers. And yeah, they've made some crackers. You know, the top three especially that I have in the perfect column, they're brilliant. And I think that the two and good this year's away and third kit are nice. But yeah, I just think they've been a general letdown. I've said this for a couple of years now, if you've been watching the kit rankings, the Adidas exclusive kit rankings. just been a bit of a letdown at times. I think we got on the Adidas bandwagon at the wrong time. We should have been on the Adidas bandwagon 10 years ago. But ho hum, I don't make the deals. There you go. Hopefully an improvement next year. Put us in the elite bracket. Right, that does it for today then. If you've enjoyed, make sure to hit like and subscribe. Enjoy your weekend. It's a Celtic free weekend, sadly, which brings a tear to all of our eyes. But I'll be back, as usual, on Sunday with the daily-ish videos, as we call it. My day off tomorrow. So, unless something happens, then I'll see you. But enjoy and take care, and I'll see you all next time. Shout out to everybody who has joined the 118 Club or the Thunder Club thus far. Thank you for your continued support here on Ryan 118, and enjoy your moment of glory here on screen.